For example, we'll start now. What is a many-to-many relationship? Who want to tell this one? Kalyani, what's many-to-many?
Many-to-many relationship is when two objects can have multiple relationship and there will be one junction object. So for example, price book entry and product price book and price book entry. So here we can see many-to-many relationship where price book entry is a junction object, which is like, for example, we can have like US India product, and according to that we can have different price book. So here we can able to see many-to-many relationship.
Okay. Correct, almost. Anyone want to try again with the clear explanations? Vinay? Srini?
Okay. We'll take the example of product and price book.
Okay.
So one product can exist in multiple price books.
Correct.
And one price book can contain multiple products.
Okay.
That constitutes a many-to-many relationship.
Correct.
But how you would go about doing that is creating two master detailed relationships with the price book entry object.
Correct. If a child is having two master detail, that is nothing but a multiple relationship. So here one product can have a multiple price books. In one price book, you can add a multiple products. If you want to do this many-to-many between the product and price book, we should have a junction object. In this case, what is the junction object? Price book entry. Correct. Okay. What is hierarchical? Bhagat, where we can create this relationship?
Yeah.
In which?
This can be found in only user objects and like the relationship between the users.
Okay.
It is only used for the creating custom fields.
Correct. So this is available only in the user record. If you want to relate two users, one user to other user, then you can
Then we'll use hierarchical relationship.
Correct. Like a team lead, a manager, senior manager. Okay. Good. All the relationships are done. Okay. Now we can move to the page layouts. So what is page layout? Why is the page layouts?
To organize or arrange the fields, buttons, lists, or quick actions.
Correct. To organize your page, like a fields, buttons, related list, what else? Anything. Even if you want to add any reports on the page, we can add buttons, custom actions, anything. Right? So that is the purpose. Okay. What is the record type now? Sonu, what is record type?
It controls the process and page layouts, page layouts and the pick list fields.
Okay, good.
And we can assign different record types to different users. And
okay, Bhagat?
Yeah, like these are used to differentiate between the regular sales is offering different pick list values. Like we can use one page layout and or a record type. Whenever if we create that page layout or record type, in background it will be creating one more record type.
Okay, so generally, Srini, you want to try?
I'll try, sir. I don't know. The way I understood record type is I was trying to create this ER diagram in my head. but
Okay.
an object may have just one or more record types, or 0 or more record types.
Okay.
And each record type can be assigned to one or more profiles.
Correct.
And each profile is assigned to a page layout. So if an object has multiple record types, then that object has you would have the ability to create multiple page layouts for the same object based on the record type for a specific profile.
Hariharan, you want to try? You know answer?
I want to try. So I'll explain the business process. For example, we need to create a account, and we have different type of account. We have saving account, we have checking account. So we want to design page layout, different page layout for both the type of account. So we go with the record type. Which type of record type is it? Is it a saving or is it a checking account? So we can got all the functionality different for different type of this account. That's why we always do with the record type. So record type helps us to differentiate page layout, differentiate fields and everything depending on our requirement.
Okay. So general record type is, you are saying answers are like almost like a 70-80%. So what is the definition of record type is? If you want to assign different page layouts to the different users. If you want to assign different page layouts to the different users based on the profile. So that concept is nothing but record type and Salesforce. In a single record type, you can assign different page layouts based on the profile. I can get only one record type. For example, account type. That is a record type name. So for example, for admin, I can add a saving account. For standard user, I can add a customer account. For other profile, I can add a different, like anything, current account. So if I choose, if I open record type, by default, admin can choose saving account. By default, standard profile can see another page layout. So you can assign in a single record type also you can assign multiple page layouts. In a single record type also you can assign multiple page layouts based on the your like a profile. For admin you can assign different page layout. For a manager profile you can assign different page layout. For standard user you can assign different page layout. In the record type also we can assign, you can differentiate which page layout you want to see as per the profile. When will you go for multiple record types then? When will go for multiple record types? Sometimes you have to get multiple record types also. When will go for multiple record types?
When we have different business processes.
For example, CEO is there. CEO want to see account layout, sorry, saving account, customer account, current account, like another demat account. In this case, what we have to do? We cannot assign 4 page layouts in a single record type. We cannot assign these 4 page layouts in a single record type. In this case, what we have to do? We have to get 4 record types. In each record type, we can add different page layout. Everyone is understanding what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So then, how many ways we can make field required in the Salesforce?
3 ways.
What are those?
First one is while creating the object.
Creating field.
Yeah, sir, creating the field, and the second one is by using the page layout. And the third one is through validation rules.
Okay, correct. Other kind of field creation and using page layout and creating a validation. Good. For example, I have a requirement like this. Okay. So I have one user name equal to Maxwell in the Salesforce app. Okay. What's the name? Maxwell. For this user, I have some validation rules. Validation rule is there. That rule I want to skip for only this user, not for all the users in the organization. How you can achieve this functionality? I want to skip validation rule for specific user. like this person only, not for all the users. How we can do this?
By using is new or is not Maxwell.
So Maxwell is nothing but who? Is nothing but a who user record, right? Yeah, will not tell me.
In validation rule, in the rule in the formula field, we can user equals to Maxwell.
Correct. If user equal to not equal to Maxwell, not equal to Maxwell, and your validation. User is not so generally
Not.
user. Yeah. So generally you can say user profile, right? All are nothing but what? Global variables. Global variables means that is nothing but a related to the Salesforce organization. Okay, this is the one way. User not equal to what? Dollar user dot name not equal to Maxwell. So and what's another condition? For example, you can take is blank phone. This is your validation. In this case, what will happen? In this case, what will happen? This rule is blank phone will work only for other users except Maxwell. For example, I want to skip validations for specific profiles. Like I want to skip validation for admin profile. How you can do this?
Profile name not equal to system administration.
Correct. Profile name not equal to administrator. Correct. So these are like a similar. Okay. For example, I want to fire validation only for new records. Fire validation for only new records. How we can achieve this functionality? General validation rules will fire.
Is new.
Correct. So general validation rules will fire for both the times. Both the times means what? At the time of record creation, at the time of record modification. If you want to fire your validation rules only for new records, what you can do? You can use the each new function. Okay. If I want to fire validation only for existing record,
Not is new.
Not easy. Correct. Okay. Good. So what is the difference between import wizard and data loader?
Import wizard, you can load up to 50,000 records, whereas data loader will load more than 50,000. Import wizard supports only few standard objects such as account, contact, leads, campaign members, and solution, and all custom objects, whereas data loader supports all standard and custom objects. It doesn't. The import wizard doesn't have delete option, whereas data loader has delete option. Import wizard supports schedule exports, whereas data loader doesn't support schedule export. Data loader has export options, whereas import wizard doesn't have that. Yeah.
Correct. So import wizard we can use insert, update, upsert. In the data loader we can do insert, update, upsert, delete, hard delete, export, and export. So data loader will support up to 5 million records, right? So what is the difference between delete and hard delete? Delete and hard delete. Bhagat?
Delete, I guess it will be restored in the trash bin. Hard delete, it will be erased from the trash bin as well.
Exactly. If hard delete, records will go directly. It will not go recycle bin. It will directly delete the records from the recycle bin.
Okay.
What is export and export on? Srini? What is export and export on?
Yeah, exports all of the records that have not been deleted. Exports all the records that are currently in Salesforce, plus the recycle bin records are also exported.
You can export even recyclable also in the export one. Okay. So, what is profile? Sonu? Just 1 minute. 1 minute. I'll stop.